So help me welcome the poet David Irvine.
Kick this off. I got into writing very young, 7 years old. I started, or 7th grade rather, I started writing short stories and got into poetry shortly after that. And I always saw poetry as a venue to get out my feelings. At first it was just writing a lot to get out my feelings, but then as time went on, I saw how much it helped me. I wasn't there to get famous or even get published at first. It was just more therapeutic things to just get out my feelings. And as time went on, when I got to college, I was introduced to Tom Miner and Albert Garcia, and being at Los Angeles. They both teach at City College, and they really grew my writing. And Dennis Schmitz, also at Sac State, really helped my writing and kind of just made it what it made it stronger, of course. When I was in college, my mother was struck with her second bout of breast cancer. And my writing took on a different realm. It really took on therapeutic sense. It really took on for me to get my feelings out and to deal with what she was going through, the pain she was going through. Her breast cancer spread to bone cancer. And my teacher, Tom Miner, he said to me one day, he said, Lucille Clifton said the strongest writings come out of our strongest experiences. Well, I took that to heart. And I read Sharon Olden's book, The Father. I don't know if any of you read that. And that talked about her father's ordeal with cancer. So I started writing about my mother's ordeal with cancer. And as I said, it just helped me immensely. And then I started setting out, and these are the poems that came about. I have been working on this book for about 15 years. I put it out in 2002, self-published. It was at the Sacramento Natural Foods Co-op. It sold at Tower Books, and it also, I read poems from it, and had some poems published in Sacramento City College's Ciceris and Catchword, and also Poetry Now. I went and started going through it again last year, and decided to add some things, add some new poems I had been writing. And basically, this is our deal. It's a whole story of my mother's ordeal with cancer. Each poem is connected. And I'm going to read you a selection of poems from the first half. This first poem that I'm going to read is called Canadian Upbringing. My mother was from Canada, and she was a very strong woman. She never complained about her disease. She never said, why me? Why do I have to go through this? And she just had a positive demeanor and just did it. And I believe that was very much due to her upbringing and the fact that she was brought up in Canada. So this poem is called Canadian Upbringing. Sunday, winter evening, watching a movie. My mother and I are locked into the movie about how this couple survived. 10 days in a snowstorm without much gas, food, or time. My mother says, all this snow reminds me of home. There were many snowstorms in Canada. Many of them left my mother stranded, waiting, wondering why. She tells me frequently the snow-covered sidewalks, right and left, until snowplows scoured down the hills of snow. She survived cold weather, day in, day out, walked through the snow, back and forth. Now she is trying to feel strength to live through another snowstorm. A snowstorm like no other, it only affects her. She must harrow through the throbbing pains of each day. The sun never shines, only snow falls. Canada's winters have taught my mother to be strong, but this storm is too powerful, too much snow to plow through. Yes, cold weather helped my mother to become strong, but it never prepared her for the never-ending snowstorm screaming inside her body. Thank you. There are copies of the poems I'm reading on the table there. I hope if you like the copies of the books, you can always, I hope to like bring cancer to life and bring it to be a like object that you can actually see and imagine. So this is called cancer. It slithers through the ground like a snake, difficult to detect. Waits to find just the right body to prey on and slowly destroy it. Hunts, scoping every body part to see if it has what it needs to survive, and then devour it piece by piece. Pounces on its victims when they least expect it, dragging all the energy from their bodies. Comes in many forms, lumps, bumps, changing lives forever. It bites the victim, building strength as it hacks at another part of the body. Once it gets inside, it swallows everything in its path, breast by breast, bone by bone, heart by heart. This next poem talked about how it was for my mom before she had cancer. It wasn't always like she had cancer the whole time. There was 11 years from when I was 7 years old that she contracted it and she had a mastectomy. And 11 years passed when she had got it back in her back and it spread to her bones, and unfortunately she passed years after that. And I want to kind of give the people in the book an idea of what that time was like, what she was like when she didn't have the cancer. But of course also give an idea of how the cancer very much changed her. So this poem is called In the Absence of Cancer. The outline of two breasts through a white dress now remains the outline of one. Did not have to worry, smiles were always on her face. Her arms, legs, bulged with muscle and fat. Now they are almost like sticks. She knew what the days would be like. She knew what would happen. Now she never knows what is going to happen. How is she going to react to the pains that she constantly throughout her body? She slept through the night. I would watch her, look at the features of her face, gray, thick eyebrows, gray, shoulder-length hair, wrinkled, the vibrant face, lips, beautiful lips. Now the night is filled with what happens the morning after. She was so full of life, always looking to the next day, always determined to get things done. Now her life is full of despair that she can't do that anymore. Now cancer is present. It has taken over. Everything has changed. I remember how life used to be. I truly do. I'm sure she does too. You know, my mom was a nurse, so she had